Nobody on that private jet knew that Juice WRLD's final flight was about to end in the most tragic way possible. While the plane descended into Chicago, the 21-year-old rap sensation who had given voice to millions of broken hearts was about to become another statistic. But his story didn't start there. It started in the suburbs of Chicago, where a young kid named Jarad Higgins learned that pain could be turned into poetry and darkness could become art.
Jarad Anthony Higgins was born on December 2, 1998, in Chicago, Illinois. Unlike the street rappers who dominated Chicago's scene, Juice grew up in Homewood, a relatively quiet suburb. But don't let that fool you. His pain was just as real, just as deep. His parents divorced when he was young. His mother, a religious woman, raised him and his older brother alone. She was strict, conservative, banned hip-hop and rock music from their home. But Jarad was curious, rebellious, hungry for something more. "My mom wouldn't let me listen to rap," he said in an interview, "so I had to sneak it. I'd go to my friend's house, download songs on my iPod, and just feel everything." At 4 years old, he started playing piano. By 6, he'd picked up guitar. By his teens, he was learning trumpet and drums. Music wasn't just a hobby. It was his escape, his therapy, his voice when words failed him. But something else started creeping in: anxiety, depression, a darkness he couldn't explain to anyone because he barely understood it himself.
High school was when everything changed. Jarad started smoking weed, then lean, then Percocets, then Xanax. What began as teenage experimentation became something much darker: self-medication for a pain he couldn't name. "I have a lot going on in my brain," he confessed later, "and I use substances to quiet it down. It's like my brain is too loud." He started freestyling at school, making up entire songs off the top of his head in one take. His friends were amazed. This skinny white kid from the suburbs could out-rap anyone, could feel every emotion and spit it out in perfect bars, without even thinking. In 2015, using the name Juice the Kid, later Juice WRLD, Juice from the movie Juice with Tupac, world meaning he would take over the world, he started uploading tracks to SoundCloud. Raw, emotional, different. Lucid Dreams started as just another SoundCloud upload. He recorded it in his bedroom, freestyling over a Sting sample, pouring out his heartbreak over a girl who cheated on him. The lyrics were devastating. "I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you." The song exploded. Millions of plays. Overnight sensation. But Jarad wasn't ready for what came next. By 2018, Juice WRLD was a household name. Lucid Dreams peaked at number 2 on Billboard Hot 100. He signed with Interscope Records for $3 million. He went from bedroom freestyles to sold-out arenas in months. But fame didn't fix anything. It made everything worse. "I thought being famous would make me happy," he said. "But it just gave me more pressure, more anxiety, more reasons to use." His girlfriend Ally Lotti became his anchor. She saw through the fame, saw the scared kid beneath the rock star persona. But even love couldn't save him from himself. His music became darker, more honest. Robbery, Hear Me Calling, Empty. Every song was a confession. Every lyric was a warning sign nobody noticed. "What's the 27 Club? We ain't making it past 21, he rapped in Legends, a tribute to XXXTentacion and Lil Peep. Nobody realized he was predicting his own fate. To the world, Juice WRLD was living the dream. Private jets, designer clothes, millions of dollars, millions of fans, dating a beautiful woman, collaborating with his idols. He worked with Travis Scott, Future, Halsey, BTS. His album Death Race for Love debuted at number 1. He broke streaming records. At 21, he'd accomplished what most artists dream of. But in interviews, you could see it. The tiredness in his eyes, the way he'd zone out mid-sentence, the constant mentions of drugs, death, demons. "I'm fighting demons daily," he tweeted. Not metaphorical demons, real ones, inside his head, inside his body. His team knew, his friends knew, his girlfriend knew. But addiction is a monster that doesn't care who knows, it just keeps consuming. He'd pop pills before shows, during shows, after shows, Percocets to feel good, Xanax to calm down, lean to numb everything. The cycle never stopped. I know I need to stop, he told a friend, but I don't know how to feel normal without it.
The private jet left Los Angeles, heading to Chicago. On board, Juice WRLD, his girlfriend Ally, his security team, his management. He'd just celebrated his 21st birthday a week earlier. Life seemed good. But something was wrong. Sources later revealed that federal agents were waiting at Chicago's Midway airport. They'd received a tip about guns and drugs on the plane. As the plane landed, Juice knew they were coming. In a panic, afraid of another arrest, another headline, another disappointment, he made a fatal decision. He swallowed multiple Percocet pills, trying to hide the evidence, trying to avoid trouble. Nobody knew how many. Nobody stopped him in time. By the time they wheeled him off the plane, he was seizing, convulsing, blood pouring from his mouth. Ally was screaming. His team was frantically calling 911. Paramedics rushed him to Advocate Christ Medical Center. They gave him Narcan, tried to reverse the overdose, fought to save his life. At 3:14 a.m., Jarad Anthony Higgins, Juice WRLD, was pronounced dead, 21 years old. Cause? Toxic levels of oxycodone and codeine in his system. Accidental overdose. The music stopped. His heart stopped. And the world broke. When the news broke, social media exploded. R.I.P. Juice WRLD trended worldwide within minutes. Millions of tweets, Instagram posts, TikToks, YouTube tributes. Everyone was devastated. Drake posted, "Too many lost angels." Ellie Goulding, "You were such a sweet soul." Travis Scott, devastating. Chance the Rapper, millions of people, not just in Chicago, but around the world are hurting. But the most heartbreaking posts came from Ally Lotti, his girlfriend. She shared videos of their last moments together. His smile, his laugh, his plans for the future. "He had so much more to give," she wrote. "He was just getting started." The funeral was private, but thousands gathered outside. Young kids, teenagers, adults, all united in grief. They played his music. They cried together. They shared their stories of how Juice's music saved them. In July 2020, his first posthumous album, Legends Never Die, was released. It debuted at #1 on Billboard 200. Every single song charted. It broke streaming records that still stand today. The album was everything Juice was: raw emotion, pain, hope, darkness, light. Songs like Wishing Well, Come and Go, and Righteous felt like letters from beyond the grave. "I know my lyrics saved you. I know I helped you break through," he rapped in Righteous. Even in death, he was still healing others. His mother, Carmela Wallace, started the Live Free 999 Foundation to help young people struggling with addiction and mental health. She turned her son's tragedy into purpose. Jarad would want his legacy to help others, she said. He struggled so others wouldn't have to. Today, Juice WRLD has over 40 million monthly listeners on Spotify, billions of streams across all platforms. Lucid Dreams has been streamed over 2 billion times. His YouTube videos have hundreds of millions of views. But beyond numbers, his impact is cultural. He popularized emo rap, made it okay for men to be vulnerable, showed that pain could be poetry. Young artists cite him as inspiration. Travis Barker called him one of the greatest freestylers ever. Eminem praised his talent. The industry recognized what they'd lost, a once-in-a-generation talent. His unreleased music continues to drop. Fighting Demons, Goodbye and Good Riddance anniversary editions, each release reminds us of what could have been. This is the question that haunts everyone who loved Juice WRLD. Could he have been saved? The warning signs were there. Every song was a cry for help. Every interview showed his struggle. Every tweet hinted at his pain. "All girls are the same, they're rotting my brain" wasn't just a catchy hook. It was a diagnosis. Lucid dreams weren't dreams. They were nightmares of addiction.
Legends wasn't a tribute, it was a premonition. But we live in a culture that glorifies drugs, that treats mental health as weakness, that expects artists to suffer for their art. The sad part is, I know I'm not alone, Juice once said. Millions of kids feel like I do, and they think pills are the answer to. He knew he had a problem. He talked about getting help. He wanted to stop. But addiction doesn't care about want. It only cares about need. Juice WRLD's death wasn't just tragic. It was preventable. Not just for him, but for the thousands of young people who die from overdoses every year. We need to listen when artists talk about pain. We need to provide help without judgment. We need to change the culture that says drugs are cool and vulnerability is weak. His mother said it best. Jarad was a son, a brother, a grandson, a friend, and so much more to so many people who wanted more than anything to see him defeat addiction. 999 was Juice's number. He tattooed it on himself, put it in his song titles, made it his brand. 999 represents taking whatever ill, whatever bad situation, whatever struggle you're going through, and turning it into something positive, he explained. It's flipping the number 666, turning the devil into an angel. That was Juice WRLD, always trying to find light in darkness, hope in despair, healing in pain. Today, you can still feel Juice's presence in music. Every sad rap song, every emo melody, every vulnerable lyric, his influence is everywhere. Kids in their bedrooms making beats still study his freestyles. Artists cite him as inspiration. His songs continue to soundtrack heartbreaks and healing. Ally Lotti keeps his memory alive. His mother continues her foundation work. His label keeps releasing his unreleased music. Over 2,000 songs sitting in vaults, each one a piece of his soul. I want to be a legend, Juice said before he died. I want my music to help people forever. Mission accomplished, Juice. Mission accomplished. But at what cost? On his last day, Juice posted on Instagram, "This time I'll be on time." He was talking about his upcoming album release, but in a tragic twist, those words became his epitaph. He was on time for an appointment nobody wanted him to keep. His last tweet was about celebrating his 21st birthday. The last song he recorded was called Righteous. The last thing he told Ally was, "I love you." And then he was gone. But his voice remains, in every note, every word, every soul his music touched. Juice WRLD may have died, but his message lives forever. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to ask for help. Legends never die.